But big fella, speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately, the news last week, Tony Romo, he was arrested for DUI. I mean, there was the video of him with the police officer, then the mugshot. I don't know if you heard the news. I sent it to you. He is now on leave. CBS, it's been reported that CBS announced that Tony Romo will be on leave and that J.J. Watt will be his replacement. In the meantime, Tony Romo is due back in court in Wisconsin in September. When I heard the news that Tony Romo was arrested for DUI, I was shocked because Tony Romo, like, I would expect this from Tiger or somebody else, but not happen. I hope Tony is okay. Tony obviously exercised in poor judgment. Like I always say at the end of the show, champ, if you're gonna drink, hey, drink responsibly. And who am I to criticize someone for drinking? I drink myself. Heck, I have 2, 3 margaritas sometimes a night. Sometimes I have me some wine and stuff like that, but I always make sure I drink responsibly. My thing is, I'm disappointed that Tony would put himself in this situation, given the fact that it's his first time, given the fact that, Tony, you've made enough money throughout your career. I mean, your NFL career, I mean, with the Dallas Cowboys, not just any franchise, America's team. And plus, you're still adored and revered in Dallas. You still have connections in Dallas. Jerry looks at you as like a son. He
Yeah.
even admitted I think Jerry admitted the thing that he missed the most, the thing that he was unable to do was get to a Super Bowl with Tony Romo and Jason Witten. And look, this is not to cast aspersions on Tony Romo because I'm quite sure Tony Romo is a very likable guy, good guy. Tony, in that particular situation, exercised in poor judgment. I don't see Tony Romo spending a day in jail. Look, this is his first crime he committed. I think Tony's just going to get like a slap on the wrist, a fine. That's about it. Tony can certainly afford it because obviously he has the money. Would it cost him his job in CBS? That depends on how well J.J. Watt performs. It's not just in business, champ, but also in life. The moment they can find somebody who can do just as good, if not a better job than that person without the concerns or the headaches, then chances are they're going to move on. I don't see Tony Romo leaving CBS because Tony Romo does a damn good job as far as
Yes.
breaking apart and analyzing. And if Tony Romo leaves CBS, as you always say, big fella, what's the landscape for everyone nowadays? What we're doing, podcasting. You've often said podcast is the new landscape. It's the new HBO. Everyone can have a podcast. So, and Tony Romo, if he would have his own podcast himself, breaking down, analyzing plays, Tony Romo's going to get his views. We all know that for a fact. But I'm disappointed that Tony put himself in that situation. Like I always say, people, if you're going to drink responsibly. Please don't be behind the wheel of a car because not only you're putting your life in danger, but you're also putting other people's lives in danger as well. Thank God no one was severely hurt or injured or worst case scenario dead. I think Tony is just going to get a slap on the wrist. I don't see Tony Romo spending a day in jail. I do think that he should pay a fine. I also do recommend counseling. Just because you're going to counseling, that doesn't mean there's something seriously wrong with you, but you need some help. I go to therapy myself. Okay, because at the end of the day, I have problems just like everyone else. I'm human. Just because I talk to a therapist, just because I have counseling, that does not mean I can't enjoy my life. I do think that Tony Romo should have some counseling. I do think he should pay a fine. I do think there should be some consequences, but I don't think the consequences should be severely harsh. I still think that Tony Romo, I'm going to look at it and say, look, he made a mistake, but this is his first time. Unlike Tiger, if this were Tiger Woods, on the other hand, no, I'm being serious, champ. It's no surprise with
I'm
Tiger.
laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing because of the circumstances. Like, bro, this about your damn 18 DUI. You need to sit your head down. You need to have your license stripped for life.
But because of the fact that Tony, this is his first time with the law. And speaking of Tiger, if Tiger gets a pass and still continuing to live his life and enjoy his life and not face any serious consequences like spending days or months in jail, what difference would it make with Tony Romo, given the fact that this is his first time? So I hope with Tony, he learned a lesson. I hope everyone learned a valuable lesson. Don't be behind the wheel of a car drunk or inebriated. And
Yeah.
Tony, you have the money. You could have hired a Lyft, an Uber, a cab, any type of service. You have the money. You have the resources. So there's no excuse for Tony Romo on his part. But like I said, I don't think that Tony Romo should face any jail time. I think Tony should face some consequences, but I do think that Tony Romo should still able to maintain his job and go on with his life. That's my opinion. What's yours, big fella?
First time I've ever seen Tony Romo in trouble, so it's like, okay. It's like, you haven't been in trouble this entire time. It's just a bad night. Everybody has their bad night at the office. You know, you go out there, you overindulge, you do a little bit too much, and you decide for another reason, one reason or another, to drive home. Wrong philosophy to have, but you decide to drive home.
Right.
So, hey, should he lose his job? No, not because of one incident. If he was a recidivist like a lot of other guys, I would say, yeah, get him out of there. But he's not a recidivist. He is, like I said, he was a model citizen in the NFL, and thus far at CBS, he's been a model citizen. So, like I said, when you make one mistake, I don't believe there should be a death sentence. So
And
now,
plus, he's too good of a performer, production intolerance, unless you
yeah,
can find
and
somebody else to replace him.
had this been a domestic violent situation or an aggravated assault or something like that,
Or an essay.
yeah, we might have to pack you up. But this is a situation, a bad night at the office. Let's get you your treatment. Let's get you the help that you need. Do not go. I will, if I'm CBS, I am telling you, look, man, you are an analyst now. I am having a strong talk to her, like, bro, you're an analyst. You got to understand something. This is not Jerry's world where everything gonna get hidden in the media. You are part of the media now, so we can't have one of our media members doing crazy shit. So I would say that, but I would look if they release him. Look, hey, sit on the Fox. I'd love to see him and Tom Brady commentate on a game together. I would love to see that. So I love to see that, but I think it's just a bad day at the office at this point. Hey, had a bad day at the office. Take your whippings like a man, and look, move forward. Hopefully, you still got your job when you come back. That's all I have to say about that. That's, like I said, a bad night at the office. You did something crazy, did something stupid. Hey, I don't think that deserves a life sentence. Like I said, had it been battery, DV,
Essay.
wording, essay, yeah, they might
That
need to
that
pack you.
that that would have been entirely
You
different.
need to get his ass up out of there. But
unless we know all the details.
Unless we know all the details. Now, if it would have been vehicular manslaughter because you was drunk, that's a whole nother ball game. So,
but because this is your first time, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll just look at it and say, Tony, that's not a true reflection of who you are as a person. You just exercise poor judgment. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But if I am CBS, though, I have to make sure I'm vigilant with Tony because he's one of our top commodities in the company. And I don't think Tony Romo's leaving. And if CBS lets him go, Tony's still going to be fine. He still has opportunities. He still has connections with the Cowboys organization. And like I said before, champ, podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's the HBO of our time. It's the HBO for content creators. So,
hell, I mean, look, people, hey, I mean, even though I love doing it for free, hey, I need some money. So does World Champ. I mean, give World Champ and I a platform with BRF. Watch what we can do.
Yeah, just look, you ain't got to give me that much money. I ain't asked for millions. Give me about 150. Free travel, free hotels. We can do some business then.
No, I look. I just want to make a good amount of money so I can get myself a nice little condo, so
Yeah.
that I
So,
continue.
yeah,
That's about it. So I can
hey, ask
continue getting our.
me. I don't need no Rolls Royce. I don't need none of that. I need to be able to just be stable. So,
Just give me a boom arm, a microphone like I got, like the big fellas got. Just
yeah,
give us an opportunity for us to live in good neighborhoods, good enough
yeah,
houses, able enough to take care of our families and friends and our communities. That's about it.
yeah,
And just giving people opportunities. But Tony Romo, I believe he'll be fine. I hope he learned a very valuable lesson, and more importantly, I hope all of us, in all seriousness, I hope all of us learned a very valuable lesson about
yeah,
drunk driving and DUIs. Actions do have consequences. So,
yeah. In the great words of Minister Farrakhan, when you see people fall, don't laugh. Learn from it. Because it could very well you that's next. It could be very well you that's next. And you don't have to go through stuff in order to know that it's painful. So when you see people fall, don't laugh. Learn from it.
because
So
eventually it could be you.
yeah, so be careful about laughing at your friends or your enemies when it comes to stuff. Don't laugh, learn from it. So shout out to Minister Louis Farrakhan and shout out to Sister Farrakhan who recently passed away. Heart
Rest her
goes
soul.
out, rest her soul. So yeah, had to send that shout out to them.
Nah, it's all good, big fella.